A message that came from God hundreds of years ago that is calling to a man like you to stand up, to wake up, and to rise.
Rise!
Welcome to Contrepreneur Bingo. The premise is simple. We watch your favorite Contrepreneur sales pitch or seminar and see how many of the Contrepreneur formula tactics they use during the talk.
Wakeup Warrior is the #1 training company in the world for married businessmen. We assist and guide businessmen to accessing deeper levels of power through a gamified system known as the Warrior's Way that they play on their phones and compete with, a way of living and operating with men all over the globe.
There's a rising pain. This pain has been rising for decades inside of the hearts of men around the world. Married men, businessmen, men with children, men lost, men disconnected from God, men struggling to find the answers to what life actually is. You bring in restrictions from governments and politicians. You bring in the confusion of law that makes no fucking sense. You put people into an environment in which they don't know how to thrive. And in that place is the one place that men like you have been called to rise. But you don't rise. You don't rise. You use your wife as a shield. You blame the government. You blame the president. You blame your church. You blame everybody. You blame everybody except for fucking you. You were the one. You were the one that disconnected. You were the one that told him to go away. You're the one that stopped listening years ago. So every single day you sit in this place, this prison that you created for your own soul, wondering how the fuck did I end up here?
How the fuck did I end up here?
And you think the answer is divorce or a pill.
I'm on both.
Or some kind of other sedation mechanism, something that you can take away from you, but that's not ever gonna work, and it's never worked. You tried that shit.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't have any answers, because you're hollow, and you're broken, and you're alone.
I'm alone?
Yeah, you're alone, man.
I'm alone.
We see fathers who don't know how to father, and we see men that don't know how to live, and all we hear chanting from the side of the female bed gender is simply this: why don't you just be the man? And these were the words that my wife used for me over and over and over as if they were a command. Be the man!
To be the man, you've got to beat the man. Woo!
Why is it I can find so much power and confidence while swiping my phone, looking at women I shouldn't be looking at, finding these fantasies inside of my mind, a little liquor here, a little hit there, a little pill over here, and everything we think goes away.
I love that, a little liquor, a little hit there, a little pill there.
There is a global movement that began 10 years ago, but a message that came from God hundreds of years ago that is calling to a man like you, that called to a man like me, that called to 50,000 plus men just like you, to stand up, to wake up, and to rise.
He's quite clearly tapped. He's quite clearly not right, but equally, out of most of the ones that we've even done in the Contrepreneur series, he's the one I kind of believe the most, because it's like, these are things that you feel.
How do I keep my wife happy? How do I keep my children happy? How do I keep the business functioning? How do I hit the payroll? How do I deal with the taxes? How do I deal with myself? And inside of all of that comes this opportunity for you and that pressure to rise.
Be the man and subscribe to the Winnet YouTube channel.
Imagine having a barbecue with him. Just think about it. Like, imagine how intense it'd be. Just like chill out, have a barbecue, have a beer. But just imagine the way he like chats onto his neighbours and that when they go around and be like, fuck that, we're not going around Garrett's house for a barbie.
There's more empowerment for women than there are men.
Boo! He's gonna be fuming that the Lionesses won the Euros. You know it.
We have an opportunity inside of this to choose something different, to rise. What does this mean? To wake up. But you're numb. You're asleep. You're hurting. And inside of that place, there's one voice that's speaking to you. The voice is God.
God! I've got the wrong end of the stick. I thought he was going to say the devil telling you to like do all this stuff, drugs. Alright, so it's God. Is this a religious thing then?
Rise as a creator that you are. Rise inside of your creations. To stand as a man, as a beacon, an immovable force inside of your marriage, inside of your family, inside of your business, inside of your community, inside of your city, inside of your life.
Rise to the wishful identification.
But to pull that off, you have to have a system and a science.
The Wake Up Warrior Challenge. Here comes the product pitch.
In order for this to change, you must choose to change.
This may be your one shot, your one lifeline.
There are people in your life waiting for you to show up.
Reach out and grab it.
If you're a businessman, you're a married man, and you have children, you have entered into one of the most confusing conversations of certainty that exists on the planet.
And here you are watching this, and you're deep into it, and you're recognizing, shit, everything's not okay.
Shit, everything's not okay.
Which is 10, 15 minutes ago, everything was fine. And now sitting here in the middle of this message, you're changing your mind, and you're like, how am I so compelled to watch this? This thing that fuels the warrior movement, this thing that empowers tens of thousands of men just like you, this thing we call God inside of us.
He's an egomaniac, isn't he? Yeah. As if like God's talking through him. It's all a bit quite sinister, this guy, to be honest.
There's only one simple decision that comes from this place, which is what will you do now?
Sign up.
My encouragement for you is to click on the button on this page and to get yourself secured inside of the Wakeup Warrior Challenge.
Brilliant.
To move forward into an immersive 42-day process with hundreds of other men just like you.
Sign me up to this cockfest.
There's a cost for you leaving this page.
Bet it's an end in a 7.
The cost is incredibly high.
This is the angriest value stack I've ever heard, by the way. The cost is incredibly high.
Be the man! You will walk away from this page with a virus.
Virus?
That has been planted inside of your mind. A virus that sits on your computer.
Virus?
A virus that will not go away.
Virus!
And if you leave this place, you're not saying fuck you to Garrett. You're saying fuck you to this voice that will continue to speak to you, plague you, haunt you. You're saying fuck you to your wife who has been for years asking you to rise. Take this gift and rise. Join me in the Wake Up Warrior Challenge now. We see fathers who don't know how to father, and we see men that don't know how to live, and all we hear chanting from the side of the female gender is simply this: why don't you just be the man? Be the man!
I'm gonna be the man!
Rise.
It's time to rise!
Move! 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 Move!
Is it boom or whom? What's he saying? What the fuck's going on?
Move! Too far! Move! Too far!
I want to rise. This warrior's been woken up. How much is it? Oh, look, we've got inflated value. Look, all these bonuses. Heavily discounted price. It ends in a 7. Rise! Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join us next week for some more Contrepreneur bingo. I'm off to get myself dry.
Be the man!